Jim, another story I wanted to get your thoughts on. This was going around the other day. John Cena did an interview. I'm trying to see where this was from. On the Busted Open show. Let me read you this quote about his time in WWE, or his current involvement, I guess, with WWE. "I wish I was still there every day. My body can't do it anymore, and I don't want to give the consumer a bad product. When I'm on, they paid good money, and I'm going to go out there and give everything I have, and sometimes find it when it's not there. I'm at a point where everything I have in comparison to the bar that's been set, like what I have is what you saw at WrestleMania 39. That's what I feel confident that I can deliver, and that's really nice for here and there. That's not every day in the WWE. That's not every day in sports entertainment. Sports entertainment has raised the bar. I'm humble enough to say that's awesome, because you're supposed to leave it better than you found it, and people are supposed to advance it." What are your thoughts on John Cena's comments?
Well, obviously, John is one of the most honest people about himself that you will see in the public eye. And I mean, I'm not saying I agree with everything he says because I can't agree with everything for him because I don't know how he feels. I think it's very an honest assessment, and if he says that is the case, I believe him rather than agreeing with him. Let's put it that way. And that's the thing. Here and there, he's smart enough, and he knows how to work, and he's over, and he doesn't want to jack the people around and not give them a good show. But he also knows that he is, as a businessman and as a performer, he's capable of coming in, meaning something for the show and for the business around the television program, the ratings, or the pay-per-view, whatever the case. And if you don't see too much of him, and he can still do the things that people want to see him do, and you don't do it too often, he's not going to go out there and work like he's trying to get over again from scratch, because he's 25 years older now, and you can't do that. But that's, that's an honest assessment of, I think, a guy who's saying, I can still do a bit of this and people would be happy about it, but not too much. And I recognize that. And I'm happy for him that he can say that.
In terms of him saying that what I have left is what you saw at WrestleMania 39, it was an interesting decision to have him open up the show, lose the theory. A lot of people, just due to the nature of WrestleMania, how good it was, thought it was the worst match of the show or not one of the better matches of the show.
But it actually wasn't. If you are smart to the business, it was actually one of the best matches on the show because it did more than most of the matches to accomplish what the point of the whole thing was. Austin Theory to beat John Cena at WrestleMania. And they had a match that did that while giving the people a chance to see John do some of his shit. And it all made sense. And that was the point of the thing. There was, and they put him on first because that way you're excited to see John Cena and you're also ready to pop on everything after you've seen a goddamn, I can't remember what was on that show that night, but after you've seen, a goddamn no DQ match or a street fight or whatever the fuck other kind of craziness. Well, then, yes, of course, John can't follow that at 40 fucking whatever years old he is.
In terms of the way he was used there, again, it wasn't a main event match for him to put over Roman Reigns or anyone else, but Roman Reigns is at the top of the card. Maybe that's the worst example. It was the first match in the show to put over Austin Theory. You would think one of the future stars there is someone they're trying to build up. Based on what Cena's saying here, seems like he thinks that's the appropriate way for him to be used. Not a lot of wrestling legends would come with that attitude.
Well, no, I think he's saying more both. And he had no problem putting the kid over, but also he's saying in terms of, I'm not going to be going out there and doing anything more physically than what you saw at WrestleMania 39. And then, sparingly at that, the days of him doing angles and fucking being run over by moving vehicles and all that shit are over with. And the days of him being on the road 3 and 4 nights in a row having house show matches where he does the same thing he did at WrestleMania, which is what he used to do every night. He can't do that anymore. I don't think he's saying, I never want to ever win a match again, but how many more is he going to have? He doesn't have a financial need. And if you bring the golden goose back too often, then the fucking golden eggs start getting ordinary. So he's in a great position. He can do what he wants for the next few years if he wants, whenever he wants it, and doesn't have to do it too much.